flower in the back. We'll do that. Good morning. Today is the day we are ready to go to New York City. It's a big thunderstorm outside that we've got to drive through to get to the airport this morning too. But here is a little bit about this trip. This is a 5-day trip. We land at about 1 p.m. so we have a little bit of the day to enjoy a late lunch and then some food in Hell's Kitchen hopefully. And then on Sunday we have like a skyline tour where we're on like this yacht from like 1929 or something like that to just go around the island, and we'll get, apparently there's very, very good views of the Statue of Liberty on this boat, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then the next day, on Monday, is whenever we have the show Gary Glenn Ross. We're also going to visit some different neighborhoods like Chinatown, Little Italy, just really touring like neighborhoods. And then the following day on Tuesday is our Othello Day, our last sort of night in New York. And during the day on that day, I think we're going to visit Wall Street, some museums. We're going to go to the Met and things like that during the day before ending our trip watching Othello. And then we wake up the next morning. Hopefully we have enough time to get like a bagel and cream cheese and go to a park, and then we'll get a car to come back to the airport and then return to our lovely home. So
I'm excited about the plays, especially everything, but especially because it's going to be Bob Odenkirk and Denzel Washington, yes. And those plays. It's going to be I don't know if plays are the right word, Broadway
shows.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really good show. These are like extra special shows, but we actually got a good deal on them because we got them really early before the show even started its run. I heard about it through the grapevine, and we were able to get tickets early. It was still a pretty penny, but it was way less than they are now.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be really good. That's the main reason we're really going. We kind of built the whole trip around that, but it's going to be really great. Dana has planned out a lot of other really good activities for us.
Yeah, I gave you the preview.
Yeah, that's just the
we're ready to
preview.
go.
That's not even the full text. That's just the cliff notes. But I think it's going to be really exciting. The weather should be nice. Like it should be like not too hot, not too cold. All I had to bring was a light jacket.
High of 67, low of like 55.
Yeah,
most
perfect
days. Yeah.
So it's not going to be too hot. It's not going to be too cold. At least for me, it might be a little cold for Dana, but
I always carry a jacket or coat, so I'm good.
We'll make it. But I think it's going to be really nice. I think it's going to be a really great New York trip, and we don't get to go to New York that often because it's actually a long way for us. We're all the way on the Gulf Coast, so we have to go quite a ways to get there.
Just one connection for this one, so not too bad.
Yeah, well, thanks to Atlanta, you can pretty much go almost
lightening.
Anywhere with one connection.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, it'll be a bit of a journey.
Enjoy the video, and we will see you in New York. I'm so excited. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go. It is definitely pouring down raining right now. We kind of forgot that we had to get gas. We were supposed to get gas yesterday, but we didn't. Somehow we didn't. And so now we're stopping to get gas, and look at the water.
The pump is off.
The pump is off. So we're gonna have to keep going.
Getting on the last flight of the day. Had to get redirected to Newark.
Just to... Well, we have finally made it. Yay. Welcome, Joshua.
Yeah.
I know, right?
My goodness.
Oh, we're already recording. Me being
You gotta
me.
tell me when I'm on.
You gotta tell me when I'm on.
Tell me when this thing is on.
Okay, we've had such an adventure, so we're finally here at our hotel in Times Square. Like, we're in Times Square.
We are in actual Times Square.
But we had an adventure this morning, so let's just tell it from the beginning. You want to go first and let me embellish?
So when we were leaving the house to head to the airport, everything seemed somewhat normal, but we knew that there was a heavy rain
storm.
But that's pretty normal for our area for there to be a heavy rain. But then once we got going a bit, we realized that it was more than just a rain. Like, it was a bad storm, and it was
very bad storm.
Limiting visibility. You couldn't see what was in front of you. And then even one point during the drive, we even got a tornado warning, and we had to pull over.
So you're just driving along, and it felt like somebody had turned on a faucet over our car. And then all of a sudden the phone is tornado warning. This happens to us while we're on a bridge.
Yeah. But we just got off the bridge. Yeah, we were just past the bridge. I think.
Right after my phone went off. My phone went off on the bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
was
just
really
paying so much attention to the road that I didn't even notice. But yeah, and then we knew we were low on gas, so I knew that there was a gas station on the way. So, and it's a big one with like a big overhang, so it's like really nice. So I pulled into that gas station, and wouldn't you know it, all of the gas pumps were black. Like, the screen was black, so I couldn't pump gas in there. And I even went inside to ask the guy, hey,
because it was open.
Yeah, because the store was open, and it's a 24-hour gas station. So I went inside and I was like, hey, are your gas pumps not working? And he goes, oh, are they not? And I'm like, yeah, the screens are black. And he goes, oh no, we got to call the guy, the IT guy, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go. So you do that.
Do whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm in a rush. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no worries, don't worry about it. Thank you. And so then we went to the next gas station. We were able to get gas out of that gas station.
Oh, before you go to the next gas station, at this gas station, the first gas station, literally there was like a river of water pouring off of the side of the building. I actually recorded it, so hopefully I can stick it in here. But literally there was like a waterfall of water just coming off of the top of the roof at that first gas station that all the pumps were off. So.
And to make things even more fun, when I went to screw off the cap, on the gas tank, there's a little cap on there, and it's attached by a wire to the car. And guess what? As soon as I screwed it off this time, the wire came right off. Not a big disaster or anything, but it was just like one more thing to deal with at the same time. And we got gas, and then the storm. So the problem with the storm was two things. The rain was causing visibility problems, and already the road that we take to the airport is kind of like a country type of road, so it doesn't have that much lighting to begin with. And then we got to the airport with plenty of time, but the first flight was delayed, probably.
Because they had a ground stop at our airport. I heard a guy telling, we have a ground stop because of a tornado.
They had a ground stop, but also they had double booked a gate. There was another flight on that same gate. There was no way that they could actually get out before we were supposed to get in and board. So there was multiple things that went wrong.
And that got delayed. Our first flight got delayed so much that we were going to miss our connection in Charlotte. Because we were supposed to go from our airport to Charlotte to LaGuardia. Yeah. Well, of course, we got bumped back so much that we ended up having to change our flight and fly into Newark.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
We had a 3-hour sit kind of in the airport before we even took off to go to Newark.
Well, it wasn't like, the thing was that the app was saying like, oh, you're going to be late for your connection, pick another flight. And I picked the next flight trying to pick the one that was soonest in the day. I didn't actually realize that they were redirecting us to Newark instead of New York.
Well, we did try to get the very, very next one that they were displaying to us, but we both kept getting errors saying, try again, network or whatever, try
Right.
again, because that one was going to LGA.
Yeah, if
LaGuardia.
the app also was late in saying that we were delayed, like the flight said it was on time, even well after that time. Like the flight said on time 7:20, leaving at 7:20, and it was like 7:30.
Yes.
So obviously it wasn't on time.
Right.
But they finally changed it in the app to delayed, and that's when you can actually
make the change for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Until then, you're kind of blocked. You're kind of limited in what you can do.
Yeah. So with them not pulling the lever for the information in the app to be correct, we couldn't. Yeah. We were kind of stuck, not able to make the updates that we knew were coming. Obviously, because again, like he said, the time had passed for us to take off, and they were still acting like the plane was going to take off on time. Oh, there was what?
The second flight, there was like a ton of turbulence.
Oh.
Even though there was no storms or anything like that, there was a ton of turbulence to the point where somebody actually clapped when they landed the plane. I was a little nervous about it, but I was like, every flight
felt okay.
Every flight I've been on lately has had turbulence, so it was like whatever. But
it was no clouds in the sky, but still, you can't see wind, so you never know. And we landed in Newark, and of course we had to change. We were going to take a cab, but we ended up taking a lift.
Yeah.
From Newark's airport all the way to the hotel here, and we are finally here.
And by the way, a cab from Newark is quite a bit more expensive than taking. Well, I mean, than going from LaGuardia.
Oh, right.
It was more expensive. $40 more, but that's.
I mean, there was nothing.
Whatever. What are you gonna do about it?
Because there were literally no other options. Like it gave us a list of all of the different flight options for the rest of the day, leaving Charlotte to get here, and there were no other options for LaGuardia at all. Like 0 options. All of them brought us to Newark or to another airport. It was like HUD or something.
There was some airport that was I think it was HPN.
Oh, HPN. Which, I knew I didn't know that.
Westchester County Airport.
I knew I didn't know what that was, so
I don't know about that.
I knew what Newark was. And at any rate, we have made it. Today's plans, because we don't want to make, too hot and heavy plans on an arrival day. Anytime we travel by air, we really only have plans to go to Hell's Kitchen and eat some good Japanese food tonight. So I think we both just need to peel off our clothes and rest.
Yes.
I'm ready for
water.
That. Lots of water.
And rest, and
whenever we go
to
out
breathe
to
without wearing the mask, because we've been wearing the mask all day, which is fine. I'm not complaining or anything, but it
is a relief to take it off.
It is what it is. Yeah.
All right, let's rest up, babe. Yay, we made it.
Yeah.
We came in and we were so exhausted that I didn't even think about doing a room tour, but just to show you what this space looks like, this is the Home 2 Suites of Times Square, a Hilton property. A lot of hotels that are in New York, especially in the main part of the city, are small. Yeah. So this bathroom is quite small, has like the barn door type of enclosure, and what I like to see is that even though the shower head is up here, the way to turn it on is down back here, so you don't have to soak yourself to turn on the shower. So smart. And if I hadn't said it before, to my back, if you come into the hotel room, this is what you're seeing first, because literally the door is right behind me. So you come in that door, and this barn door bathroom is right in front of you. And then if you turn to the left, then you have like this kitchenette here, which is pretty neat. They have included a lot of different things in there. Around the time whenever we first got married, we actually stayed at a Home 2 Suites for an extended amount of time because his job moved him from Honolulu to Georgia. And so we stayed in a Home 2 Suites for quite a while, and they have all of these things, like you see the spaghetti strainer and a souffle dish, but you're like, I only see a microwave. Well, they probably rent a hot plate and other types of things where those tools might be useful. and you just have to check them out downstairs. But you have like this miniature refrigerator. We have our airport clothes just sort of strewn about.
It's a mini fridge, but it's big for a mini fridge. It's like that's as big as you can get without hardly being like. While still being a mini fridge.
Yeah, this is like 4 feet tall.
This is like a dorm room fridge.
Yeah, better.
Actually, yeah, nicer than
my dorm room was horrible.
Yeah, but what I mean is like you could live out of this fridge if you had to, one person.
And then we have little coffee cups. These are pretty standard. The Cuisinart type of coffee cups. Those are actually in Disney too. They start you off with some paper towels, some coffee. And then there's also like a little dishwasher, and then this has some more kitchen tools and everything in there with the soft clothes. Again, microwave, dishes, glasses, that sort of thing. And then the countertop actually extends from this kitchenette all the way to the closet in the corner, which we've already hung up our clothes out of our suitcases, and we've put our items have already cluttered this, but this is all one continuous countertop, so lots of space there. And then if we wanted to, we could pull out this little table, which I have my airport clothes sitting on under there, and there's a little roller chair there. But then to the right you have like this miniature couch here, and then the queen size bed, which we've already kind of jumped in and jumped out of. Also have a full length mirror right across from that bed, which I'm not going to get in front of because we've already changed into our comfy clothes. Big view of other buildings. But we are in New York, so that honestly was expected. I wasn't expecting to be able to see Central Park from the 14th floor. But yeah.
What you're really paying for with a room like this is you're paying for the location, and everything else is kind of secondary. But we're in Times freaking Square, so
it's true.
It's a great location.
It is, and that is the room tour. There's nothing you can't do 'cause you're in New York. Yay. What did you get?
Morocco Jew.
Morocco Jew. Yeah. And then this is Katsu. Katsu Jew. Katsu Jew, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a yuzu citrus sake. It's really good.
So good.
Pretty good, right? Yeah. Bruce Cost.
This is out of Brooklyn.
That's good.
Really good ginger ale. Cheers.